While I have some pretty big differences with Marjorie Taylor Greene when it comes to policy and, well, a lot, basically, I do appreciate that she is currently going to war with the Republican establishment. And make no mistake, Donald Trump is the establishment replacing the old establishment. Just saying. Now, I've already mentioned in previous videos how she's one of the 4 Republicans who signed on to the discharge petition to release the Epstein files. Kind of a big deal. That's against the wishes of President Donald Trump and Republican leadership like Mike Johnson. Also talked about how she wants to work with Democrats to extend the ACA tax credits that are set to expire at the end of the year because, you know, her daughter her adult daughter is going to end up paying basically through the nose, which, again, she would join the 20 million other people who rely on those ACA subsidies to be able to afford their health insurance, which is already too expensive, okay? And that's, again, something GOP leadership is not in favor of. I also talked about how she had criticized the men in her party for being a little bit sexist. A little bit. But there's more now. It's getting even better because this woman is going scorched earth, okay? And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, okay? Now, during an appearance on Tim Dillon's podcast, who's a right-wing comedian, she called out ICE raids. ICE raids! She said that while she supports having a secure border and strong immigration laws, she said there needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding people up. What is going on here? Here's her direct quote. As a conservative and a business owner in the construction industry, an industry that is massively impacted, by the way, by the removal of immigrants, and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor. And it needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that. I'm going to get pushback for this, but I'm just living in reality from here on out. If anyone's mad at me for saying the truth, then I'm sorry. So now, what she talks about on immigration sounds kind of like what Kamala Harris wanted to do. I mean, that was basically Harris's immigration plan. More border security, more deportations of criminals, following what Joe Biden had done, okay? Biden was also doing lots of deportations and focusing on criminals, okay? So that was their immigration plan already. Now, here's the other thing. While he was doing that, and while Obama, for example, was deporter-in-chief, they would give temporary protected status to Cuban immigrants, Haitian immigrants, folks from Venezuela, refugees from Central America, you know, basically giving them status so they can live and work in this country legally. While Trump, during the campaign, not only pressured the party to reject more draconian, Biden's more draconian bill, because it's like, I run on immigration. If you pass this, I can't run on that. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, he was saying they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Which, no, they're not. Not true at all. And he said that about the Haitian immigrants, by the way. So that's the reality here, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene is kind of sounding a bit like Kamala Harris now, okay? And it really does show you how insane the right wing has gone, which, by the way, until recently included Marjorie Taylor Greene in the insanity. And so her new direction is very interesting because now she seems to be trying to be a voice of reason on the right wing, which is very strange. In fact, on the same show, she also went after Trump's tariffs and criticized crypto. What? She says, I'm talking to major manufacturing companies they're saying we support the president, we support what he's trying, his long-term goal, but we're having problems with the tariffs. And now we're having problems. We can't get supplies from this country, and we can't get supplies for this country. And there's problems. But have regular people's bank accounts been affected? Has the stress come off? No, that has not happened yet. And that needs to be the major focus. It shouldn't be about helping your crypto donors, your AI donors, or welcoming in these people that hated you and spent money to try to beat you, but all of a sudden are excited to come out to the new Rose Garden patio. That shouldn't be the focus. So, okay, I agree. I mean, again, super interesting, right? So, but of course, here's the thing. She obviously doesn't call up Donald Trump by name. Why? Because she still believes in him. Okay, she's still a Trumper. But what's interesting is there's cracks that have formed. Okay, there's some cracks that are forming. And I think there's some cracks forming among some conservatives as well. And I think a lot of them are starting to notice that Trump isn't really calling the shots here because his brain's basically jello. This man is not well, okay? Who is actually calling the shots are people like Stephen Miller and maybe some of his other advisors as well. But Miller is the guy. He's the one that's ordering the immigration raids. He's basically running the show. And look, there's also people like Peter Thiel's, one of Donald Trump's billionaire backers, Mark Andreessen, another billionaire. There's a lot of people that are influencing the policies that are coming out of this administration while Donald Trump goes and just golfs. Okay? And so now the challenge, of course, is to convince people like Marjorie Greene that Donald Trump is going along with this because it's also what he wants. Remember, this man is extremely lazy. So he just says, I don't know, just make me richer or you make me more popular, do something, I don't know, immigration, whatever. Just do this. And then, okay. And then he goes off and does something else. Okay. But he also does want these things. He is not a powerless person, even though his brain is jello. Okay. And so, look, he either wants this, which he does, I think, and doesn't really care enough about these issues to put a stop to what Miller and some of the others are doing. Guy loves the corruption. He loves the AI, the crypto donations, all those things. The ICE raids, he enjoys them because he's a racist, obviously, and doesn't care that he's hurting regular people. And of course, he also doesn't care that he's hurting the farmers with the tariffs, the farmers that voted for him, or any of that. He just doesn't seem to care all that much. But funny enough, he does seem to care that Marjorie Greene is speaking out against some of his policies. In fact, he called at least 2 senior Republicans in recent months to ask, hey, what's going on with Marge? What's going on with her? She used to be such a good little sycophant. And now she's actually questioning my policies? What's going on here? Well, what's going on is she's starting to see a little bit behind the curtain, okay? And it's not just Trump. It's about what Republicans do when they're in power. They've got full control of the government. They have been enacting their agenda without really any pushback, okay? And MAGA voters, surprise, they're actually worse off. That's not exactly a surprise to me. I'm not over here, with a Pikachu face or anything like that. No, because I know, and most people know, that Republican policies are generally to just help the rich, and they punish everyone else. That's it. But yet, people like Marge, they didn't expect this one. They get what they wanted, a red wave, and now, like the farmers, they're drowning. That's really it. And you know what? We told you. We told you so. That said, I wouldn't expect Marjorie Greene to be joining the left at all. No, of course not. That said, she is making some sense, which I didn't have on my 2025 bingo card. Now, let's see how long this one lasts, okay? And if she does end up breaking with Republicans on some of their worst policies and actually does something to help people, well, then I just say credit where credit is due. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.